Hey guys, Jim Grant here for AmmoLand TV, and you no doubt saw my review on the SIG P322 a few weeks ago. And if you did see that, you know that I absolutely adored that handgun. Now, if you're paying extra close attention, you may have noticed that one of the optics I featured on that pistol in some of the close-up shots was this, the Shield RMSx. That is the newest Shield sight from Shield Sights. Although unlike the traditional Shield sights, this one features an 80% larger window. What does that mean? Well, effectively, you've got a lot more situational awareness when running in this little micro red dot. Now, even though I have primarily run it on this 322, which is a 22 handgun, I actually had this prior to receiving this pistol on my carry piece, which is a 365 XL from SIG, and it held up flawlessly. There are a few downsides I'll get to here in a moment, but I want to harp on a few of the features first. So first off, you can choose between either a 4 or 8 MOA dot. Now that's not a toggleable option, but rather something you have to choose when you order it. And there's, I don't know, I think there's a dozen different colors from, ranging from amber and like a neon red to a, there's like a OD green anodized, an FDE anodized, and of course, Henry Ford's favorite color, black. That's what I went for because, well, it matches the majority of my guns. Still, when I first saw this optic, the first thing I thought to myself was, why? Right? Fair question. If it's a micro red dot designed for concealed carry, why would you want an extra large version? I mean, doesn't that kind of run against the core concepts of concealability? Well, I mean, in a way, yes. And that's one thing that I've noticed is that, and there's no one behind the camera, mind you, but it actually protrudes past the sides of the slide, but not by very much. It doesn't really affect the concealability of the handgun, provided that you have a decent holster and you're not wearing spandex. Sorry. But where I really think this optic shines is on a platform like the 322, which is to say a competition handgun. Now you might be thinking, subcompact handguns in competition, that doesn't make any sense. But be that as it may, there are a lot of competitions out there that actually cater to people who run subcompacts. But more importantly, for shooters like myself who want to run something like, well, exactly like the P322, in the Steel Challenge Rimfire division, this little optic is crucial because a lot of those micro red dots that are designed specifically for concealability do not really take into account situational awareness or speed of acquiring a target, or for that matter, the brightness of the amount of light coming in through that lens. And yes, this is a parallax-free red dot, and before I forget to mention it, the runtime on the included battery is apparently 3 years. I'll say apparently because the optic has been out for a few months, and unless I have a time machine, I won't know if that's true or not. And if I had a time machine, I would probably be fantastically rich, but that's not the point. The point is, it's a fantastic little red dot that really makes fast target acquisition very easy. It retails for $450, and I have thus far, on the SIG 322, fired roughly 2,000 rounds through the handgun with the sight attached. And for all of you out there who said that, well, you only ran that gun with CCI, this is Winchester Wildcat. So I can prove to you right now at home, all you folks saying that the gun is actually not as reliable as I say it is, I guarantee you we will not have a mechanical malfunction. Now there may very well be a dead primer, that's the name of the game with affordable 22, but check this out. Oh, dead primer. And that's what I'm talking about. Yes, the gun is not completely, totally, flawlessly reliable because no 22 running garbage ammo ever is. But the fact that 19 of those shots, or all but one, we'll go again, are still that reliable. Again, Winchester Wildcat. If you're not familiar, it's pretty close to Remington Thunderbolt in terms of quality, or lack thereof. All right, last mag. Oh, right off the pop, you can see, yep, there is an impact on the primer, but I'm not going to pick up the round in case it's a slow burn, as uncommon as that might be. And again, that's suppressed, so you're getting increased blowback pressure, and that can is quite warm. And just in case I forgot to mention it, this is a Innovative Arms SlingShot TI rimfire suppressor provided by Silencer Shop. So anyway, what's the takeaway with the RMSx? Is it worthwhile? Should you buy one? Well, it retails for $450. Battery life is 3 years. You can choose between either a 4 or 8 MOA dot, and the profile is actually pretty small. It's roughly the size, or slightly smaller than, at least in terms of vertical height, a Trijicon RMR. But it's obviously quite a bit smaller, and unlike the RMR, does not have a blue tint to the lens, and there's really not a whole lot of distortion. I don't know how well I can actually show that on camera, but the only amount of distortion you have whatsoever is there is a slight amount of fisheye on the very, very edge of the optic, where the lens itself meets the frame. And that's only really noticeable when something very, very bright or distinct crosses that threshold. If you're, looking at targets, normal targets, or even firing, you're not going to notice it. But if, let's say, you're using a laser sight underneath and that laser hits something and reflects, then you're going to see a little bit of starburst, almost like you have an astigmatism. Anyway, I think overall it's a very quality sight. It doesn't weigh very much, doesn't cost too much, and it's made at least in a Western country and not outsourced to cheap labor. It's made in the UK, so it's a quality optic made by people who unfortunately can't own a lot of firearms, but yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes. I mean, look where Aimpoint's made. Anyway, thanks guys. For AmmoLand TV, I'm Jim Grant. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell up top left, and of course, as always, I will catch you guys on the flip side. More ammo. Thanks guys.